Hello kids, how are you? This is going to be the follow along video that we are going to do for your little hand cards that we're going to make. So we are going to make a reindeer hand card, and then a Santa Claus, and then an elf. And so as you can see, all of these will open up and we'll be able to write little messages in there so that you can give them to your parents or your grandparents, friends, family, teachers, whoever you decide you want to give them to. So in your little kit here that you got from the school, you will have cotton balls. You will have 3 little pom-poms for the top of the elf hat. You will have a little red nose for our Santa Claus. There will be 6 little googly eyes. And then you will also get a tan piece of paper and 2 white pieces of paper. And then a little sheet of our Christmas lights ornaments that we will color and use for our reindeer. From home, you will need glue, crayons or markers, colored pencils, or paint if you choose. You will also need scissors, and then you will need a pencil. And for this craft, you're also going to need your little kid hand. Okay? So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that we are going to do is we're going to fold all of our pieces of paper in half. And you are going to want to fold them in half, so hamburger style, so that they have a little crease here, because this is where it's going to hold our 2 hands together to create the card. And so we're going to do that with each of our 3 pieces of paper. Okay. And the reason that I'm doing this in a video and not on like live or Zoom is because I know that some kids do things faster, some kids do things take their time, and so I want you to be able to pause the video and work at your own pace, and then once you finish a step you can restart it again. So that's why it's a video and not like a live thing. But hopefully after Christmas we can all come back to school and we can have art every day, because I miss seeing all of your smiling faces. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to need your hand for this part, and a pencil and an adult to help you. Unless you want to trace your own hand, and that's perfectly fine. I actually am using a cutout of my daughter's hand because, as you can see, my hand is extremely too big for this piece of paper. So what you're going to do is you're going to line up on your paper where we have that crease. You're going to line up your wrist right there, and then you're going to spread your fingers out. So I'm going to pretend like this is my hand here, my daughter's hand, okay? And you put your wrist right up there to the edge, and then you can do it or you can have an adult help you, and you are going to trace your hand onto this sheet of paper. Okay? And there we go. I love doing little crafts at Christmas time with my kids, because then later on down the years I can see how big they've gotten. So you have your little hand here. And what you're going to do is you're going to do that on all 3 of your papers. Now, if you want your reindeer and your elf to both be tan, then you would just trace your hand again on this piece of paper. But you do have 3 pieces of paper, and so you can do 1 tan reindeer, and then you can do your elf and your Santa on the white paper, or whatever you decide. So then you will trace your hand, same thing, line up your wrist along the crease part where it's folded. You're going to put your wrist there, and that's going to create our little spot for our opening and closing of our card. And then you or your adult that you're having help will trace your hand onto this next piece of paper. So you will have this little hand here. All right. And then you'll do it on your third piece of paper. Remember to line your wrist up there with that little crease. And so at the end, after you're done lining up and tracing, we're going to have 3 sheets of paper with your hands on them. Okay? And I just did mine on 2 just to show you that if you wanted your elf and your reindeer to all be tan, that's fine too. So then when you're done with that part, now you can either do this next step by yourself or you can have an adult help you. I do mine for my little kids. My son is 5 and my daughter is 2, so of course she doesn't really know how to cut. But my son doesn't really like to cut stuff out. He says that it hurts his fingers, and so I do it for him. So if you want to have your adult help you, and this cardstock is a little bit stiff, and so it can be a little bit hard to cut. So if you have an adult or older sister or brother around, an aunt or an uncle, and they want to help you, that would be fantastic. Okay? Or you can do it yourself. That is okay too. Because remember, this is your art project, and so it's going to be how you want it. Okay? So there I have one of my hands. And I know some of you are looking and saying, but Miss Ash, I can see the pencil marks. And so if you can and you don't like that, just take your pencil eraser and you can go over and erase them. Okay, just like that. So no big deal, right? Okay. Perfect. And so then we're going to cut out our other ones also. And I love doing little crafts like this with my with hands and stuff. When I was a little girl and still went to school, which was a long time ago, we would make crafts in my class every Christmas and usually like Mother's Day and Father's Day. We would make crafts for our parents, and we'd do things like popsicle stick ornaments, or we'd make little, you know, hand turkeys or hand reindeers. And my mom kept all of those. And she passed away a few years ago, and so I got the box of all of this stuff that I'd made her over the years. And it's kind of really cool to see how small my hand used to be and how I used to do art, you know, because you grow and stuff. And so I think parents really love, and grandparents even love, when you make homemade stuff for them and give it to them, because they know that you spent your time on it, you worked hard, and it came from the heart. And again, if you don't like the little pencil marks, you just go and take your eraser and erase them. Okay? There we go. And then you'll cut out your third hand. I'm just going to do 2 of these brown ones. But you can have 2 brown ones, or you can have 2 white ones and a brown one. Whatever you decided. Okay? And let me tell you guys, Miss Ash has done this video for these hand cards about 4 times. The first time I did it with my computer camera, and it does this weird thing where it like zooms in and out. So it was blurry and you couldn't see anything. And then the second time I did it, I didn't realize that my phone was low on battery, so I used my phone like I am now, and my phone died halfway through. And then the third time I did it, it was on, I had put it on slow motion on accident, and so it was like a 4-hour video, and all you could hear was wah, wah, wah. I know you guys think Miss Ash is silly sometimes, so I thought you would like that. See here. And then this is my 4th time doing this video. So I've made these. I have like 12 hand cards now to give away to my family, which is great. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to do is we're going to start decorating our stuff. And the first one that we're going to do is our little reindeer. And so we're going to take our tan one. If you want your reindeer to be on the white paper, you're more than welcome to do that. So you're going to need your tan hand. You're going to need, or your white one, you're going to need your little sheet of ornaments. We're going to need 2 googly eyes. And then we are also going to need a red marker or crayon or paint or colored pencil, whatever you choose, and a black marker, crayon, whatever you choose, okay? So the first thing that we're going to do, oh, and then you're also going to need 4 colors that you want to color your ornament lights. And those can be any 4 colors you choose. I'm going to do green, because Miss Ash likes the Green Bay Packers, and yellow, of course, blue, and then I think I'll do my other one, red. And so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and color these ornaments, okay? Now, if we go out the lines, is that going to matter, you guys? If we go out the lines of these, like if I go like this, is that going to matter? No, because we're going to cut this out, and so nobody's going to see if you went out the lines. But remember, we always try our best and do our best coloring. And I'm just coloring the round part and then the little rectangle part the same. You can do yours different colors if you want. You know, you can do this part red and this part green. However you want to do it, remember that this is your art. And we want you. And remember, if you go outside of the lines, it doesn't matter because we are going to cut these out. But this is also a good time to be able to practice your coloring. My son, he goes to a public school, and his teacher, when they do work that has pictures on it, he has to color the pictures, every single picture. So he spends a lot of time coloring. So he likes to get in as much practice as he can. And we don't really color that much here. I feel like, ooh, you guys know what we should do? You guys tell me if you think that this is a good idea. Have your parents tell me or call me or next time you see me. We should do a Christmas coloring contest, huh? So if you will print out a bunch of Christmas color sheets, and then we can send them to you. You guys can pick them up or get them with your work, or I can email them to your parents and they can print them off, and then you can color them and turn them back in, and then everybody would get a prize for turning it in, and then we would pick the ones that are colored the very best. And that would help you guys practice, right? And then after you're done coloring, you can have an adult or you can do this yourself. We're going to cut these out, okay? But I think a Christmas coloring contest would be so fun. I'm an adult and I still love coloring. So we could do one for each of the different grades. What do you guys think? You guys think about that and then let me know. We'll let your parents know and your parents can let me know. Or next time you see me, hopefully after Christmas, you guys can come back to school because I miss seeing all of you so much. All right, so we're gonna cut all of these little guys out. And remember, clean up after ourselves when we're doing our art, right? That's the rule. We don't want our moms and dads to have to clean up after us when we make messes that we can clean up ourselves. You guys always did such a great job cleaning up in art class, so I want you to show your parents how good you are at cleaning up your own messes. Okay? All right. Second one, done. And I'm sorry these are so little, you guys. I tried to make them bigger, and then I did a practice one, and they were so big that they looked really funny on the deer antlers. So I had to make them smaller. But I think that this is probably one of those times that you have a parent help you, okay? Or an older sister or brother, babysitter, okay? All right, so now I'm cutting out my last one here. Remember, if I'm going too fast and you guys aren't with me, then you can go ahead and pause the video and go at your own pace, okay? So after we have these cut out, we're gonna take it, and do you see where I have my little crease down here? We're gonna take our red marker, pen, crayon, paint, whatever you have, and down here at the bottom, we're gonna draw a big red circle, and we're gonna color it in. And this is gonna be our reindeer nose. And does anybody know what the name of the reindeer is that has a red nose? It's in a song. He guides the sleigh at night. It's Rudolph. You guys knew, I know you did. Next thing that we're gonna do is we need our glue, okay? And if you guys don't have glue or scissors or crayons or markers at home and you need some, I'm gonna ask you guys tomorrow when you pick this stuff up if you need it, so everybody will have this stuff, okay? So you're gonna get a little bit of glue on the back of your eyeball, and you're gonna put it right up there and push it down. And a little glue may come out the side, but that's okay because it'll dry clear once it dries, so you won't even see that, okay? And then we're gonna do the same thing with our other eyeball. And we're gonna put that one right next to it. Now, some of you might not want the googly eyes on there. I don't know. My son doesn't like googly eyes for some reason. He says they creep him out. He's 5. So you can take your marker and just do like this. Let me get a piece of paper here to show you. If you want, instead of pasting the googly eyes on right above your nose, you can just do 2 black circles and then color them in. And those could be your eyes instead if you don't want to glue the googly eyes on. That is perfectly fine, okay? So I'm gonna hold these down for a second so the glue really gets fixed, okay? And then the next thing that you're gonna do is we are going to glue on our little ornaments onto our antlers up here. And I'm gonna use my glue stick just because it's easier. So I'm gonna put my blue one here on my pinky. Then I'm gonna do a green one over here. Okay. And then I'll put my yellow one next to my green one because we like the Green Bay Packers. Well, Miss Ash does. Okay. And then my red one I'm gonna put over here on my thumb. Okay. Now the next thing that we're gonna do after we've glued these on is we're gonna make a little line here, and that's gonna be like our string for our lights, our ornaments. Okay, so I'm gonna use my black marker. You use your crayon, a pen, colored pencil, whatever you want, and I'm just gonna start down here, and I'm gonna make little loops and attach it, and then loop it over here. And you can have an adult help you with this part if you want, but I think that you guys are all smart enough to be able to do this, okay? All right, and so that is our little reindeer. If you guys want to add some more stuff, designs, whatever you want to do, you are more than welcome to do that. So after this one is done, now when I open it up, here's my card. And in here you can color, decorate, whatever you want. You write a little message. And so what I'm gonna write, and you can have your parents help you if you want, but I'm gonna write Merry Christmas, and then I'm gonna write love my name, okay? And some of you may celebrate something different like Hanukkah, or maybe you don't celebrate Christmas and you just like the reindeer, and so you can write whatever you want in here, okay? So I'm gonna write Merry Christmas, and so we spell Merry, M-E-R-R-Y, Ooh, and then I'm going to do Christmas in green because that's kind of Christmassy, right, guys? Now, Christmas is spelled C, capital C, right? Big C, H, R, I, S, T, M, A, S. And then I'm going to do an exclamation point. Then you're going to write, then I'm going to write love. So L-O-V-E. And then we need a comma. And then I'm going to write my name. And my name is Melissa. You guys call me Miss Ash, but my first name is Melissa. And then that's all done. We have our little Christmas card. And you can put Merry Christmas Mom, Merry Christmas Dad. You can write I love you. You could put your name down here real big, however you want to do it. And then another thing that I always like to do when I do stuff like this is I'm going to take one of my, and I'm going to put 2020. And does anybody know what that is? That's the year, right? 2020. So that if your parents keep this and then later on down the road when you're a teenager or an adult and they look at this, they would know, oh, you know, Liliana made this in 2020 or Zagan made this when he was in first grade. Okay, guys, that's our first one done. Next one we are going to do is our little Santa guy. So we need our white hand. You're going to need a red marker or crayon or paint or whatever you decide. You are going to need 2 eyeballs. We are going to need our little red pom-pom. And then a cotton ball. Okay? So the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to take our red marker, crayon, colored pencil, whatever, and along here at the top where we have our crease, we are going to draw about, I would say, a pencil, crayon, whatever, wide line right across the top, okay? And we're going to color that in red. This is going to be like the edge of our hat. Okay? So you can use your pencil or your crayon. If you want your Christmas hat to be green, you can use green. If you want it to be blue, you can use blue. My son uses blue on everything because that's his favorite color, and so his Christmas hat when we did these was blue. Okay? And then what you're going to do is you are going to come right here where your thumb is, see? And you're going to just draw a line straight up. And then you're going to color this whole part of your thumb in, because this is going to be like, you know, that tall part of the hat, Santa's hat. That's what this is going to be when it hangs over. So see how it hangs over there? That's what that's going to be. All right, so here we go. Color that all in. I was trying to find like a little template that we could have done a Grinch hand, but I couldn't find anything and I couldn't figure out how to do it. But I like the Grinch. It's one of my favorite movies. My kids love it too. What's your guys' favorite Christmas movie? You guys watch Christmas movies? I love Christmas movies. Okay, and then the next thing that you're gonna do is you're either going to get yellow, or if you have crayons or colored pencils, you can get a tan crayon or colored pencil. And we are going to draw like a U here, and that's gonna be Santa's like face sticking out, okay? And so I'm going to start here, and I'm just gonna draw a big U, okay? And I'm doing this with a tan, it's called tan, a tan colored pencil, but you can use a yellow marker, you can use dark brown, you can use whatever color that you want to use, okay? You can use marker, you can paint, you can use a crayon. They have these really cool, I was shopping the other day and I saw these really cool sets of crayons that are called Colors of the World, and it's got like 16 different colors in it. That is like all the different colors, skin tones from around the world. And I thought that was pretty cool. Miss Ash is pretty white because she doesn't get any sun, so I wish I was this color tan because that would look nice, huh? Okay. There we go. So that's our face of our Santa, okay? So now what we're gonna do is we're going to take our cotton ball and you're gonna put one side in this hand and one side in this hand, and you're just gonna pull it apart. Okay, and that's gonna give us this little like long piece, okay? See that? And what we're gonna do is we are going to, I'm gonna pull that in, mine was too long. Glue this right along the top of this red line that we had. And that's gonna be like the edge of our Santa hat. Miss Ash's glue is almost out, you guys. I gotta go buy us more glue for art class for when you guys come back, okay? And then, so we're gonna put a little line, and then I'm just gonna stick my cotton right on there. Pull off any little extra pieces if you want. There we go. Cool. Okay. And then, oh, now it's sticking to my hand, guys. And then we're gonna do the same thing. Take one side in one hand, one side in the other hand, and pull again. You're gonna get a little piece. And this is gonna be like our mustache. Okay. And we are gonna glue that part right along here at the bottom of our U that we made, okay? And that's like his little mustache. All right. And then we're gonna take our little red nose and we are going to put a little dollop of glue right in the middle of our mustache and put our little red ball on, and that's gonna be Santa's little red nose. Okay. And then what I'm gonna do is, you see this white space right in here? I'm gonna color that in with my red that I used before. So I'm gonna move my little, because I want it to look like his hat is hanging there. And I didn't do this before because I wasn't quite sure how much space there was gonna be. So see, now that looks like his hat. Perfect, huh? Okay. The last thing that we're gonna do on this little guy is we are going to glue his eyeballs in right here in the middle. Now again, if you don't like the googly eyes and you just wanna draw 2 black dots there for his eyes, or you want him to have blue eyes or green eyes, you can go ahead and draw those 2 lines on, but I'm gonna use the googly eyes just to show you. So we have one little googly eyes. Remember, the glue is almost definitely gonna squeeze out the side just because of how smooth the backs of our eyes are. And that's okay, because when it dries, it will dry clear. Nobody will even see it, okay? And put my other one there. And I'm gonna hold them down for a couple seconds so the glue can, and there you go. We have a little Santa Claus. And then on the inside, again, you guys can write something, whatever you want. You can write Merry Christmas, you can write Happy Hanukkah, you can write I love you, whatever you decide, okay? My kids decided that they were gonna give their little Santa Claus hand card to Santa Claus when we leave out his cookies. So they're writing a special message in it for Santa Claus. Now, the last one we're gonna do, sorry, this got smeared. It got a little bit of water on it, so just ignore that part, okay? We're gonna do our elf. And I have another tan hand. You guys might have a white one, and that's fine. So for this one, we are going to need the 3 cotton balls that you guys, or the little pom-poms that you guys have. You're gonna need a cotton ball. You are gonna need your last 2 googly eyes if you want to use the googly eyes. We're gonna have a black marker, or you guys can use red if you want. This is gonna be for his mouth, the elf's mouth, but if you guys wanna do your mouth red, that's fine. Red nose, pink for his little cheeks, and then his elf hat, you're gonna want, so like this part, the elf hat, whatever color you want. Since I have green pom-poms, I'm gonna do my elf hat red, but some of you guys got red pom-poms, and so you might wanna do your elf hat green. So the first thing that we are going to do is we are gonna color in these 3 fingers in the middle here, okay? So not our thumb, not our pinky. You guys know what these fingers are called? Pointer finger, middle finger, ring finger. Those are the 3 fingers that we're gonna color in. So you're gonna take whatever color you decided you wanted your elf hat, and you're gonna go ahead and just color in these 3 fingers, okay? Or paint. Some of you might have paint sets at home that you like to use. You know Miss Ash loves to paint. And I can't wait for you guys to come back to school because I got some new like paints, and we got some stuff to do tie-dye, and we have these cool white masks here that we got that we can tie-dye. Make some cool masks. What do you think about that? Make a mask for your mom or dad or something. Can you guys tell that I'm just really excited for you guys to come back to school? I've been missing you. All right, here we go. So you're gonna color in, remember, our pointer finger, middle finger, ring finger. And that reminds me of a song. Have you guys ever heard that song? What is it? Is it pointer finger, where are you? Is that the song? My daughter listens to it all the time, and you would think that I would know the exact words to it. It's, oh, mommy finger, where are you? Here I am, how do you do? She loves that song. She also loves the Baby Shark song, so we listen to that about 100 times a day. And then the chicken wing, hot dog and bologna. I know, I get these weird songs stuck in my head. Okay, so now the next thing that we're going to do after we've colored in our 3 fingers here for our elf hat is we're going to take our 3 little pom-poms, and we are going to glue them on the tips of each finger, okay? So, sorry, my phone is ringing. All right. My glue is not working today very well. So, I'm gonna do a dab of glue on all 3 of our fingers, okay? There we go, and then you'll just push your little pom-poms down. And so once you get the glue on there, I would hold these down just a couple seconds so that you know the glue is working, okay? All right. After that, we are going to take our cotton ball. We're going to do the same thing again where we put one side in one hand and one side in the other hand and pull. And we're going to get a little line. And what we're going to do with that is we are going to glue that right along the bottom of where we colored our fingers in. And that's going to be like the edge of our elf hat. If I can get my glue to work. Ooh, that's kind of a lot of glue. That's okay. All right. Okay. Next, after you've glued on your little edge of your hat, we are going to take our red marker crayon colored pencil paint, and right about in the middle, you're going to draw a circle, and then you're going to color it in. And this is going to be our elf nose. Okay. and then you will take your black marker or red or whatever color you want his smile to be, and we are going to draw a mouth down here. So you're just going to do like a curved line. You can leave it like that if you want. I like the cute little lines at the end. My son drew a little tongue sticking out of his elf, so if that's what you want to do, you can do that. It made it look kind of silly. And then we're going to glue on our eyes. Again, if you want yours to be drawn on, you can take a blue or green or whatever color you want and then just draw the 2 circles here for his eyes. I'm going to, of course, use the googly eyes because I think they're cute. All right. Here we go. And remember, again, your glue will pop out the side, and that's okay because it'll dry clear. Okay. Oops. Oh, man. Just wipe that out. That's okay. That's okay, huh, guys? We all do mistakes, huh? All right. Hold those down for a second so you know that they're adhered. And then one last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pink marker and I'm going to do 2 little circles on each side of the mouth, and that's going to be like his little red rosy cheeks because it's cold at the North Pole, you know. And there is your elf. And again, just like the other ones, when you open it up, you have room to write a little message to whoever you're going to give it to. Oh, my pom-pom fell off. That's okay. Glue it back on. All right, guys, and so there we have it. Elf hand, Santa card hand, and our little reindeer guy. You guys did fantastic. I miss you all very much, and I cannot wait to see you. Have a Merry Christmas if I don't see you before then. A Happy Hanukkah, a great New Year's. Enjoy your Christmas vacation.